ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Hi, good evening and welcome to Sports Friday. I'm Julian Gibson. Boy, today is a good day to be alive. The dead Yankees from New York, well, they got eliminated last night, so life is much better now. The Yankees are gone for the rest of the year. Well, the police crime stoppers, they did not want to face that same situation, so they came out to play much better in Game 2 against the Bamboo Shack Aces in the Government League Basketball Championship action last night. At the Donald Davis Gym, the Bamboo Shack Aces warming up. The police crime stoppers getting in a prayer. Do Lord, help us win before tip-off. After losing Game 1, crime stoppers came out more aggressive in Game 2, but Adon Shallow tells Vernon Stubbs, keep it out of here. Stubbs, I didn't mean to show the block twice. The VTR machine is acting up. Boy, the police, they got their act together in the first quarter. Back in the days, the Bamboo Shack Aces were great in the classroom. Everything they took, they passed. Check out the great passing. Jump shot good. First quarter, Vernon Stubbs shaking and baking inside for 2. Get up, stop faking. Faking isn't wrestling. Just like Vernon, Valentino Richardson with the rich move inside. Adon Shallow finished the game with 14 points, 2 coming here on this easy baseline drive. Check out the Bamboo Shack Aces playing defense. Everybody backing off, backing off, backing off. Easy deuce. For the Bamboo Shack Aces, they needed 5 O'Donnell Shallows because he simply was a one-man wrecking crew. A miss and a putback again. Vernon Stubbs and the police crime stoppers leading by 4. While Vernon Mussey works in the hotel industry. He serves that one up. Police now up by 6. Second quarter fast break opportunity for Vernon Stubbs. He finished the game at 22. Police crime stoppers slug over the pass to Vernon. Vernon with the pass to Kenny Pinder. Kenny Pinder goes baseline, but the jump shot good. Game 2 completely different from Game 1 for the police crime stoppers. Valentino Richardson with the pass to Vernon Stubbs. 3-point play. Bamboo Shack Aces, boy, they must have had air balls for breakfast. Meanwhile, the police crime stoppers, they had fast breaks for breakfast. Second half, police crime stoppers still aggressive. Bamboo Shack Aces, get that out of here. Police still with the putback. Basket up and in by Vernon Stubbs. On the stretch, too much crime stoppers. They would roll to win Game 2, 77-70. Folks, the series is all tied up at 1 game apiece. Well, the Bahamas putting in a bid to host the 2014 World Junior Track and Field Championships. That selection will be made sometime next month. Pauline Davis-Thompson, she's on the console, so you know she's going to put in her 5 cents so that we can host those games right here in the Bahamas.
The IAAF is looking at us to help to either host the World Relay Championship, the first World Relay Championship, and now we're trying to host the 2014 World Juniors. The world wants to come to the Bahamas. They want to see for themselves. How is it possible that such a tiny nation could produce all these great athletes? And they want to be able to come here, and they're hoping that we present a very good bid and that we will win the bid to come here. And I know most of my council members are already saying, Pauline, now you make sure that y'all come with a very good bid because we want to come to the Bahamas. So I want to let people know that we are bidding to host the World Junior Championship in 2014. And yes, we are bidding against Russia, but we're bidding against a city in Russia, not the country of Russia. It's a city, because I think some bad press went out when they put it out. They kind of put the information out wrong. This is going to help to lift our country. We need as much as possible to showcase our country. We're a tourism country, and as much as we could put our athletes on display and our beautiful stadium that we are so proud of.
Well, yesterday the Bahamas Olympic Committee named a 23-member team for this month's Pan Am Games in Mexico. Tonight, Charles Fisher tells us the process was not an easy one, and the date and timing of the event had lots to do with it.
Executives of the Bahamas Olympic Committee having a challenge in getting athletes to commit to the Pan Am Games. This time of the year, athletes have either shut down their season or busy with school.
It's going to be very difficult, because especially with the track athletes getting off, coming from the World Championship, and going through all of that rounds and all of that running. Basically, I believe they were just prepared to end their season after the World Championship. And to get them to commit themselves to come and get themselves mentally again to come and represent the Bahamas, I think for them, I appreciate what they're doing.
This is the second year that such a situation has come up. Same happened last year with the Commonwealth Games.
To take a place where the Commonwealth Games was held last year, that was in India. That's their summer. So, you know, that's the problem. Anytime it's going to be held on that side of the world, we're going to have a problem on this side of the world because of the different time.
Not only is the Bahamas complaining about the times these championships are being held according to Miller, but others as well. This year in particular, the timing is off right after the World Championships and 1 year before the Olympics. Pan Am chef de mission Don Cornish questioning the relevance of these games.
Pan American is not an automatic qualification event, and so a lot of people are avoiding it for that reason too. And so I think maybe that's something, if it's a requirement that persons come to the Pan Am Games by PASO and the others who have the influence, I think you'll have a higher profile games. If you got a Usain Bolt coming to the games, for example, because he had to be there, you know, it would raise the profile because everybody else was going to follow that level of competition. And so that's one of the things that I think perhaps the President, Secretary General, and myself, when we discuss the games in the meetings we're going to have, is to talk about, you know, really elevating the games. This is the Games of the Americas. And you have all the countries in the Western region competing. And, you know, you have a handful of athletes coming from these countries simply because the elite athletes don't see the incentive of coming.
The 2015 Games will be held in Canada and hosted in late August. That's good. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Well, yesterday we gave you a sneak peek on Trevor Barry's return after winning a bronze medal at the World Track and Field Championships. Well, tonight, Nico Scavella has the full story. Where Trevor was born, what he likes to eat, where he lives, all of that good stuff.
Trevor Barry is back in town after making Bahamian history by being the only Bahamian to medal at the Daegu World Games in Korea last month. Barry came back to the Bahamas yesterday, and during a press conference at the Sir Lyndon Pinling National Airport, Barry was formally welcomed by the likes of Minister of Sports Charles Maynard, B.A.A.A's President Mike Sands, and Bahamian gold medalist Pauline Davis-Thompson, who personally thanked Barry for a job well done.
Trevor, thank you for that great feeling in Daegu, because I've let you know we were a little down. But boy, when you hop and you skip and you do your little thing to get over that bar, man, you made us so proud. And you think I was proud. You think I was beaming. You should have seen our minister.
An ecstatic Minister Maynard was next to speak, explaining that Barry's performance at the World Games has once again placed the Bahamas under the world spotlight.
The eyes of the world is on Trevor Barry now, and so it has once again put the Bahamas in the spotlight for athletic abilities and for dominating in track and field. And so he's another piece of the puzzle in terms of us proving to the world that we are the #1 sports power.
Humble and appreciative, Barry then took to the mic, expressing his thanks to the Bahamian nation and, more importantly, to God.
And first of all, like I say, I thank the Almighty, and I appreciate all the support, the entire nation, my family, my coaches, everyone who stood by and supported me, through this journey. It's been indeed a journey, but I still don't think I've reached my destination. I'll continue to strive to make the country proud while doing myself, my family, So it is an honor. I thanks for everyone showing up here to congratulate me. It means a lot, and I'll continue to put my best foot forward.
However, despite his appreciation to his reception, Barry also stated that more work needs to be done.
I don't feel like I'm done. I can't just sit and reminisce on this. While I am appreciative, I still gotta refocus, and I got the Olympics next year, and and other meets. But I'm not done by far. I'm just getting ready to go.
Barry will also be appreciated on Monday when there'll be a reception in his honor at the Kendall Isaacs Gym at 6:30. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Nico Scavella.
Well, it's been exactly 1 week since the residence of Pauline Davis-Thompson was broken into and her precious medals were stolen. Well, B3's boss, Mike Sands, made this plea yesterday. Please return the medals right away.
Beg you to please return the medals. Return Pauline's medals, okay? If you're embarrassed to take it somewhere, we were telling Pauline, I believe it's going to happen, okay? Drive by Pauline's house to see where you boldly went in the house. Don't go back in the house, but put it in the yard. Drop it in the yard or do something. It is no value to you. It is something that she worked extremely hard for. It is value and sentimental to Pauline. We beg you to please do the right thing and return the medals, and we will forgive you. Please. Thank you.
And finally in sports from sailing, next week this time, Bryland should be jumping. It should be the staging of the Naughty Lutz Regatta. One of the boats that will be in action will be Sweet Island Gal. Our Ricardo Lightburn caught up with owner Keith Braun.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture is pushing to have sloop racing as the national sport of the Bahamas. That comes as good news for the sailors, skippers, and boat owners that travel the islands promoting regattas. Keith Brown is the owner of the Sweet Island Gal, now sponsored by Sands Beer. A super showing during the Grand Bahama Regatta and some good racing. Keith also welcomes the news for the sport that he loves so much and take a bow.
A lot of people don't understand that if you get into regattas, you know, a lot of Bahamians don't visit the family islands. But I've had the opportunity to go to all the family islands just through the culture of the Bahamas, which is sailing. So we try to keep that going as best as we could, and all the kids that want to get into sailing, they need to get into it because it's a positive thing. It's something that keeps you out of trouble, and it's, you know, we got much older tutors and people who could help you. We got school teachers, we got builders, we got carpenters, we got everybody. So these people who are sitting on the blocks and don't have nothing to do, get into sailing, man. You know, this is what's happening here.
Next on the regatta schedule is Harbor Island in Eleuthera, Discovery Weekend. And would you believe it, Keith says he will take his Sweet Island Gal to Eleuthera.
I work with, I call Eliezer my father. He brought me into this stuff, and I'm telling you, this is really a positive move for me. I have my son. He isn't here. He's in school because he got exams. But this is what it is about. You know, people talk about gangs and different things. And I was talking to one young fellow from Cobra, and he said, hey, they have this stuff in the school. I said, yes, they have this stuff in the school. My Sandy Trico, she has a program going in the junior schools for the junior people, the yacht club in Nassau, and everybody's welcome to send their children who don't know how to swim. They'll teach them how to swim and teach them how to sail.
Well, that's all the time for sports on a Friday, but before I get out there, I got to sneak it in one more time. Yankees eliminated for good. Gone until next year. Stay tuned, your better forecast is still to come.